what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE SmackDown Review. Not SmackDown Live Review, but also pertains to WWE Friday Night SmackDown Live Review, because it's confusing, because at first, they're calling it Friday Night SmackDown, with the whole Friday Night SmackDown logo, and all of a sudden we see just SmackDown, which just says SmackDown, what pertains to the SmackDown logo, and I don't know what it is now. But I'll tell you one thing: this is a WWE SmackDown review, the show from October 4th, 2019. Your commentators were Michael Cole and Corey Graves, and both of them did a very good job as commentators. I got a nitpick where it pertains to Corey Graves. I'll get to him later. But I thought Michael Cole overall did a good job. Being away from Monday Night Raw is a nice smooth move for Michael Cole. This is not just only SmackDown's season premiere being on Fox. This is also the 20-year anniversary of SmackDown and the WWE Hell in a Cell 2019 Go Home Show edition of it as well. So, and there's a lot to go on with the SmackDown show. They're in Los Angeles, California. They're in this big arena of the Staples Center, where just with a new stage, new introduction, new look, new logo. Pyros has returned, because they decided to bring Pyros back, because now they got the money out the budget from Fox. Just saying. New theme, new atmosphere, new theme song, by the way. And I think I said new video introduction where to SmackDown. So yeah, let's get to the show here. Let me get this out of the way first, folks. They did the whole blue carpet thing where it seems to SmackDown being on Fox and everything. And I'm like, whatever. Just want to bring that up. So actually, we get to the show opening up with Michael Cole saying, "Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown," where he said it's a new era. You can't forget about that, by the way. New era, new era. That's another thing too. We're just a SmackDown. You would think that, they'll be saying it's the season premiere on this show, but they didn't, because it's SmackDown. Whatever. But for Monday Night Raw, they'll do that for Monday Night Raw. So as Michael Cole said this, I'm saying it's the women, so we're not starting off with a video introduction. We're not starting off with the show going off with Pyros and everything. And then it hit me, because all of a sudden Vince McMahon comes out, and not just Vince McMahon, Vince and Stephanie McMahon, two people I can't stand already. And already I was coming to the show excited and everything, can't wait to see SmackDown on Fox and everything, and then they come out, and I lost steam already. But basically, they want Stephanie McMahon welcome us to Fox, and Vince McMahon welcomed us to Friday Night SmackDown, and I'm like, fuck yeah. I didn't care. I don't welcome us to SmackDown. So also we cut to the new introduction of SmackDown, or pertains to the SmackDown intro video, and the theme song of it, AC/DC. Are you ready? That's the song by AC/DC, and I loved it was part of it. Except for one thing, where it pertains to the video package of of the SmackDown opening video introduction, we had New Day gyrating, and that does not go well with me, where it pertains to being a fan of AC/DC, because AC/DC does not put that type of shit over. Basically where it pertains to New Day carrying themselves and the way they dance and their silliness. So that part I hated, but besides that, and it was only Xavier Woods and Big E, by the way. It wasn't Kofi Kingston doing the gyrating. But same time, It was just annoying. It was fucking annoying. But I love the song. Going with the introduction of SmackDown. Because are you ready for a good time? Then get ready for a nightline. Are you ready for a good time? Just saying. I was. So the show opens up with, during the Staples Center, and the stage looks incredible. It looks fantastic. As the power starts going up, and I love how the power I love how the pyro was done too. We're just in a new set. It just goes with the new set. Unlike when that Raw set with tapes to that giant skateboard ramp where they were going for there. That was terrible. But SmackDown, they did it right, because Fox, So we get to the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch coming out. She gets her pyro, rotates to the smoke, and she says, that she's gonna kick things off on Friday Night SmackDown. She says SmackDown was her home. It isn't her blood. All of a sudden, we get King Corbin coming out. King Corbin with new theme goes with his new, to his original theme. Basically, his new theme, sounds like royalty because he's king. He's a king of the ring. And then it goes to his music, his original theme, in the days. I'll be your in the days, but so King Corbin comes out. He says, basically said, he doesn't understand why Becky Lynch is opening SmackDown where he should be opening SmackDown, and he basically mocks Becky Lynch by calling herself the man. And then Becky Lynch says, "Well, if you step one foot in this ring, she'll show him why she's called a man." So as Baron Corbin's getting ready to step into the ring, all of a sudden, The Rock comes out, the most electrifying man of all of entertainment, the great one, the people's champion, the jabroni beating, pie eating, eyebrow raising, trailblazing. Oh wait, it's trailblazing eyebrow raising. I meant to say that was first. So the jabroni beating, pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising. I'm screwing up again, but yeah, get the point. The people's champ, The Rock, returns to basically returns home to SmackDown. To his show SmackDown. Yes, The Rock comes out. He gets a huge ovation, huge pop. He basically confronts Baron Corbin for trying to confront Becky Lynch, where The Rock kept on calling Becky Lynch the man every time. So Rock does his stick where he says, finally, The Rock has come home. And then Corbin basically says to The Rock, this has been your home for a long time. And you're no longer the great one, because now he's the great one, and he is the most electrifying king in sports of entertainment. And The Rock basically calls him, a jabroni who looks like how he said it. He looks like a broke-looking Burger King on crack, because with the crown, the scepter, and the robe that he wears, in his type of style. But and I laugh at that. So then Baron Corbin said to The Rock, that he's superior, and also The Rock kept, and The Rock insulted him by saying he's a 35-year-old virgin coming out of Comic-Con, and saying to Corbin, saying just because you want King of the Ring doesn't mean you have to dress up like a king. and then it says, and just because Becky Lynch is called the man, you don't see her, carrying her any testicles, you know. And then Becky Lynch said, if she was carrying testicles, it would be bigger than Baron Corbin's. So Baron Corbin was taking the exception to all this and saying that he's more superior than both The Rock and Becky Lynch. And then The Rock says, well, is that what you think? You think you're more superior than us? And also, Baron Corbin said, he's more superior than Becky Lynch, The Rock, and everyone else, including The Rock's boy, LeBron James. And then that's what Rock says. Is that what you think? You think you're more superior, especially be more superior than his boy, LeBron James? And then King Corbin was going to say, well, yeah, he's basically he's going to go more with it. And also, in Becky Lynch steals The Rock's catchphrase by saying, it doesn't matter what you think, because it's still The Rock saying that. Becky Lynch said it. And then The Rock points out Kurt Angle. The Rock points out Baron Corbin beating Kurt Angle and all of his accomplishments and all that, and then saying that he's a tough dude. And then Becky Lynch said that he's a super tough dude. And then The Rock says we're to a line that he's got a serious case of STD, and then the crowds were chanting STD. And then basically this led to The Rock and Becky Lynch beating up on King Corbin at the end of the day. So it was a fun segment to open up SmackDown. Then we get to the match. Becky Lynch teamed up with Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. Bayley, who was the SmackDown Women's Champion. It was a women's tag team match. You have Maria Menounos with Trish Stratus and Lita, two WWE Hall of Famers, front row seats to be part of the show and to watch the match. And the match begins. It was decent. During the match, I believe it was during this match where something about Ric Flair being referenced during this match, because I'm assuming because of Charlotte Flair or because of Becky Lynch being called the man. So Corey Graves said, Becky Lynch calls out the man because to be the man, you have to beat the man, and that's exactly what Becky Lynch did. She beat everybody in WWE, thus her be called the man, which is so stupid in Corey Graves' part, because no, that's not the case, because Becky Lynch didn't beat men's in WWE to be called a man. Because by saying Becky Lynch is called a man because she's beaten everyone, you would think that he meant he's beating men's. No, that's not what happened with Becky Lynch. And that's the reason why she calls out the man too, which is explained on WWE Chronicles. Where it comes to Becky Lynch, for being called, of her calling out the man, but no, the whole thing pertains to to be the man, you have to beat the man. For example, Ric Flair, to be the man, you have to beat the man. That was his catchphrase, but also it pertains to him being the man because he was the man during his prime, during his time, during where he was world champion numerous occasions, of 21 times, 22 times, I can't remember what number it was, but the thing with Ric Flair was to be the man, you have to beat the man, and where it pertains to any man that goes up against the man and Ric Flair, and like something like a Sting, a Harley Race, a Dusty Rhodes, a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, a Kurt Angle, a Triple H, a Shawn Michaels, just etc. And like a Hulk Hogan, a Randy Savage. I was gonna say Ultimate Warrior, but I don't think Ric Flair and Ultimate Warrior has ever had a match. So the point is, it's a list of guys that Ric Flair that had wrestled against, and for those guys to beat Ric Flair the man in order to be the man. So that's a good example of how it tends to to be the man. You have to beat the man. With Becky Lynch, it's not the case, because Becky Lynch is a woman. She's a woman at the end of the day. By saying that, then China should have been called the man in her time. of the Attitude Era, because she wrestled against men. So yeah, it was stupid of Corey Graves' part by saying that that line, that what he said basically. It was stupid. It was basically insulting my intelligence. But as far as the match was, like I said, it was decent. Charlotte Flair gets the win for herself and Becky Lynch by tapping out Bayley with a figure 8. So I guess this means that Charlotte Flair gets an opportunity against Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. But they didn't even try to acknowledge it. Try to acknowledge it. Maybe they could have it at Hell in a Cell, or maybe later on the date. But all they say, is Charlotte Flair beat Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, which means she could be in line for the title opportunity, which is it's fine because at least it was a tag team match. So basically, finally, WWE is listening, or pertains to if you want a champion to lose, do it in a tag team match, and this was a prime example right there. But I'll get more about that later, what pertains to Hell in a Cell. Basically the same thing like I did with what pertains to the Raw review after I get my results of it, what pertains to Raw. So then we go to Erin Andrews, the reporter of Fox Sports and Fox NFL. She interviews the New Day. I didn't see it. I didn't care for it because I left the room, gave me something to eat, and as soon as I came back, it was already over. So yeah, I think I believe it was trash. So also we see Tyson Fury, who's a boxer by the way, front row seat, from the hard side of the arena, and he comes to play later on, and we'll get to that later. Also, we see WWE Hall of Famers Kurt Angle and Mick Foley sitting at ringside, to watch, this show, to be part of the show. Like Trish Stratus, Lita, and Maria Menounos. So then we get this next match. Title versus title. Champion versus champion. And the Universal Champion Seth Rollins versus the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura, being accompanied by Sami Zayn. But before the match even started, first Seth Rollins came out to burn it down, and the Pyros and all that. Also, he gets interrupted by, "We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that will never ever end." Yowie wowie! That's right. You know what time it is? It's the Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt comes out. He said he wants to be part of this new home for SmackDown on Fox, and he says he wants to welcome everyone to his home as well, where it pertains to the Firefly Funhouse and to his friends. And they do a cutaway to Seth Rollins of his reaction, and Bray Wyatt introduces to his friends, to everyone. First of all, Abby the Witch, Mercy the Buzzard, Huskus the Pig Boy, and Rambling Rabbit. And they show a Rambling Rabbit dressed up like Seth Rollins, because I'm Rambling Rabbit and I'm Seth Rollins' biggest fan. And then Bray Wyatt was like, "Yowie wowie! I didn't know you was a fan of Seth Rollins, my friend." And then Bray Wyatt and then they cut away at Seth Rollins' reaction. And then Bray Wyatt said that, "You know what, Seth Rollins, I want to show you a preview of what Sunday's gonna look like at Hell in a Cell, inside of a Hell in a Cell, where it pertains to Seth Rollins versus The Fiend." So Bray Wyatt basically does the whole Mr. Kennedy getting the microphone from the ceiling, and he introduced Rambling Rabbit of being Seth Rollins inside of a red cage, and Rambling Rabbit was like, "Hey, get me out of here, dude! Get me out of here, dude! Get me out of here! Come on, this ain't fair! This ain't right!" And then Mercy the Buzzard was his opponent, basically being portrayed as the Fiend. That's right, the Fiend. So the match begins. A preview match, basically. Rambling Rabbit gets eaten by the Fiend. I mean, by Mercy the Buster being portrayed as the Fiend, but the Mercy the Buster was not dressed up like the Fiend. Just to let you know that. So, but basically it was Rambling Rabbit versus the Mercy the Buster inside of the red cage. Basically like a Hell in a Cell type of way. And basically, the Rambling Rabbit was eaten. And all the stuffings kept coming out of him. A lot of stuffings, by the way, which was, he's not that big, so why just too much stuffing? Whatever. So Bray Wyatt sees, basically takes out Rambling Rabbit out of the cage, and basically Rambling Rabbit is dead again. Just like from Raw, where, excuse me, folks. I totally forgot I had that on snooze. But anyways, so Rambling Rabbit, just like on Monday Night Raw, where he was so scared that he died of a heart attack, and now he died by Mercy the Buster again, because this is the second time that Mercy the Buster has killed Rambling Rabbit. Basically, it's four times so far that Rambling Rabbit has died so far this year in 2019. And yeah, and like I said from when I did the Raw review, Rambling Rabbit is going to come back to from the dead, like the Undertaker, and kind of like with Kenny from South Park. And sure enough, Rambling Rabbit has appeared once again, only to get killed again. And he'll probably show up at Hell in a Cell. We'll see. We'll see. But I can always wish it, right? But anyways. But so Bray Wyatt gets Rambling Rabbit, of what's left of Rambling Rabbit of his body, dead, and then he tosses him aside, and then Bray Wyatt said to Seth Rollins, and by the way, Seth Rollins, we get another camera cut to Seth Rollins of his reaction. So Bray Wyatt said, it's a horrible. Basically, he warns Seth Rollins that history has a horrible way of repeating itself. Now it's Seth Rollins' turn, and then and then it also starts flashing, where it pertains to the Fiend, but except for one thing, we didn't get to catch the Fiend flash on screen, where it pertains to Bray Wyatt turn into the Fiend, where it pertains to the special effects and everything, because the WWE dumbass production crew decided to do another cut angle, a camera cut angle to Seth Rollins' reaction. Fuck Seth Rollins' reaction. Keep your eyes on Bray Wyatt's segment where he's turned to the Fiend. And if you wanted to do that whole Seth Rollins' reaction and show the firefighter from the house, fine. Do like a picture-in-picture type of thing, or the double feature type of way, or a split screen. Do it that way. Keep cutting to Bray Wyatt and the Seth Rollins. Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. So stupid. But in the end, Bray Wyatt said, "Bye, Seth." So let's get to the match. All right. During the we come back from we go to break from there. After the commercial break, we get to be Hall of Famers Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan together. I thought they were supposed to be separated for now until Saudi Arabia, Crown Jewel, because they're supposed to be scouting for team members for their respective teams, and yet they're together, looking at their friends instead of opponents, just to enjoy the show of SmackDown. Whatever. But besides that, match itself, it was short. It ended so quickly because all of a sudden, the arena was turned off on lights from different sections because the Fiend is coming. This guy, the Fiend. Let him in. Just saying. Anyways, so yeah, so all of a sudden, the lights are, the parts of the lights were flickering in the ring where Shinsuke Nakamura is being prepared, and Seth Rollins was in the ring because all of a sudden we see the lights flickering on stage. So Seth Rollins was on stage. So basically, Seth Rollins had the opportunity to get out of there before the Fiend attacked him, but instead he decided to stand there like an idiot to get attacked by the Fiend, and that's exactly what happened. So Seth Rollins deserved to get attacked by the Fiend just for standing there instead of running away. Just getting out of harm's way. He had the opportunity to get out of there because he had he had the opportunity to get out of the ring and to bulk out of there and stay on stage and just stand there while the Fiend goes to attack him. But in the end, Rollins got taken out with the Mandible Claw by the Fiend Bray Wyatt. So, match ended in no contest, by the way. So, because screw Shinsuke Nakamura getting a win over Seth Rollins. Now we get to Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon ladder match, where the winner to grab the briefcase, you keep your job, while the loser is fired. So the match itself was pretty fun to watch, pretty good as well. Shane McMahon does his leap of faith elbow drop from the ring onto Kevin Owens on the broadcast table, which you can see the crash pad on there, so you knew that was going to come to play. And then Kevin Owens does the frog splash off the top rope onto Shane McMahon on the outside on top, through a ladder, which was bridged between the apron and the barricade. Excuse me, the barricade. Shane McMahon uses the ladder to crush Kevin Owens' face with the coast to coast. And then in the end, Kevin Owens grabs Shane McMahon off the ladder, palm bounces to the ladder, and then go through though. It was basically between. It was on top. It was on top of the bottom ropes. From this side and that side. And finally, Kevin Owens grabs the briefcase. He keeps his job. He wins. He picks up Shane McMahon, grabs the microphone, and says to Shane McMahon, "You're fired." Stone Cold Stunner or KO Stunner, and yeah. And now Shane McMahon's fired. Yeah. I was supposed to believe that Shane McMahon is fired from WWE. Even though they've done this angles numerous of times over the years with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Vince McMahon, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels. I don't think Shawn Michaels was. John Cena, I know he was. The point is they've been doing this numerous of times, and we always see these guys coming back. Yeah, Shane McMahon, he'll be back, on Raw, when they do the draft. So anyways. Killer Braxton is waiting for Brock Lesnar from his dressing room to interview him, but we all know what Brock Lesnar doesn't get an interview. Paul Heyman does for him, so we'll get to him momentarily. Alright, here we go. Basically, Killer Braxton talks to Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman basically says that Brock Lesnar is going to destroy Kofi Kingston. It's not a prediction; it's a spoiler, and know that we're chasing him. He's going to become the next WWE champion. The new WWE champion, let's say. We get a Pronto match thrown together between Braun Strowman, The Miz, Otis and Tucker of Heavy Machinery versus the Raw Tag Team Champions Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. Match itself, I was in and out of the match. I think because it was just a thrown together match, but Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman gets a stare down at ringside, where Dolph Ziggler tried to attack Braun Strowman, and then also it led to Braun Strowman having Dolph Ziggler bump into Tyson Fury, which it upset Tyson Fury, at Braun Strowman for that. And then back to the match, Dolph Ziggler gets pinned by Braun Strowman after a power slam. So Braun Strowman's team wins. I apologize for that. Braun Strowman's team wins, and then Tyson Fury tried to get into the ring to go out at this Braun Strowman. Then we got Shakira's out of nowhere. Yeah, Shakira's came out of nowhere. Round Q. But anyways, so yeah, they're trying to do something with Braun Strowman and Tyson Fury because they're both big, tall, whatever, whatever. Don't care. They show something about DJ Marshmallow, who ran into Carmella, pinned her, became new WWE 24/7 champion, and I didn't care. We get a lumberjack match between Eric Rowan versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came out there and cocked that fist, made it rain up in that bitch, and the power started going up for him. Dan Bryan on commentary. So your lumberjacks were guys like the OCs, the Viking Raiders, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, Apollo Crews, Mustafa Ali, I can't remember, Ricochet, maybe Cesaro. I don't know. I didn't keep track, but who cares? But the match itself between Eric Rowan and Roman Reigns was decent. Also, Luke Harper comes out. Dan Bryan goes after Luke Harper, and Chaos Reeks was between some Lumberjacks. Ali got powerbomb onto Roman Reigns by Eric Rowan. Luke Harper tried to take out Roman Reigns, and in the way he kind of did in the way, but then Dan Bryan comes into a right knee. Eric Rowan, I think he took out Dan Bryan at one point, and then that led to Roman Reigns go for a spear to Eric Rowan and gets the win. And then Roman Reigns, and Dan Bryan stands tall in the ring. Dan Bryan extends his hand for a handshake to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was thinking about it, and also he starts shaking his hand after Dan Bryan goes to encourage the fans. He said yes, 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 and everything. And there you go. We got Fox Sports hosts and Rob Stone and Matt Leonard at ringside for the show, to be part of the show, to watch it on the show, and I didn't care about those two because I don't know who they were, so who cares. WWE Championship match. Brock Lesnar being accompanied by Paul Heyman. And Kofi Kingston, who's the WWE Champion, was accompanied by New Day until New Day decided to go backstage. Because I'm assuming that was what happened, what was talked about from the interview earlier in the night. But I didn't care. But Kofi Kingston was tossing pancakes because this is New Day Kofi Kingston, not SOS Kofi Kingston, not Control Frenzy Kofi Kingston. This is New Day Kofi Kingston. This is Unicorn Kofi Kingston. This is Budio Kofi Kingston. This is pancake loving Kofi Kingston. Point is, this is the Kofi Kingston that I'm not a fan of. But the match happens. Kofi Kingston goes for a running clothesline dive over. Brock Lesnar catches him at 5, pins him 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's a new day. Yes, it is, because in 8 seconds the match is over. Winner and new reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion, the Beast Incarnate, the mayor of Suplex City, bitch, Brock Lesnar. Yes, I was happy. Kofi Kingston is no longer WWE champion. And at ringside, you see Mark Henry with a shocked look on his face, and Goldberg smiling, nodding his head. My boy. and And when we just to the Asylum show, I thought Brock Goldberg was clapping for Brock Lesnar when he won, but instead, it was. I had to look back at it. He was actually smiling and nodding his head that yeah, my boy is new champion. But it's funny that Goldberg was rooting for Brock Lesnar being the new WWE champion after their time, in their feuds. But Mark Henry had a look on his face like he couldn't believe it. Like, of course, I mean, what do you expect? It's Kofi Kingston from New Day. The way he carried himself, of course Kofi Kingston was not going to beat Brock Lesnar. And of course Kofi Kingston got squashed, got buried, got destroyed, got demolished, got beaten, got victimized by the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. Of course that was going to happen. Because look at how Kofi Kingston has been carrying himself for the last 4 to 5 fucking years being in New Day with the whole unicorns, magic, pancakes, bootios, ice cream, twerking, skipping, My Little Pony colors, all that nonsense. What do you think was going to happen? And these fans too, by the way. Fans are crying about it and everything. Like, again, what do you think was going to happen? And the moment you found out about SmackDown being signed to Fox last year, and knowing that SmackDown was going to be on Fox this year, to be premiere on Fox, knowing that Fox wanted SmackDown to be treated like it's a sport, which is to pro wrestling, and knowing that Fox wanted Brock Lesnar to be the face of SmackDown. So basically, trace the WWE draft. Obviously, Brock Lesnar is going to be on SmackDown. So of course, Brock Lesnar was going to beat Kofi Kingston. Of course, Brock Lesnar was going to beat the champion to be the champion on Fox, and to be the champion for SmackDown, to be the face of SmackDown. And the only way for him to do that is to be the WWE champion. And you expect Kofi Kingston to be that guy, to be the face of SmackDown, to be the WWE champion for Fox, the way he carried himself? Fuck that. So I'm glad Brock Lesnar is the face. I'm glad Brock Lesnar is a new champion. I'm glad he's going to be the one carrying the SmackDown banner on Fox as the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion. Brock Lesnar is the guy. Not Kofi Kingston. Not New Day Kofi Kingston. Not My Little Pony Kofi Kingston. Not Unicorn Kofi Kingston. Not Magic Kofi Kingston. Not the Power of Positivity Kofi Kingston. Not the Pancake Loving Kofi Kingston. Not the Ice Cream Kofi Kingston. Not the Bootios Kofi Kingston. None of that Kofi Kingston. Good for Kofi Kingston being WWE champion for 6 months or more. Good for Kofi Kingston for living the dream. Good for Kofi Kingston. Good for Kofi Kingston for being the first ever black WWE champion. Full 100% full black WWE champion. Good for him. But at the end of the day, the way he carries himself as WWE champion, it's something I couldn't get behind, and it's something that I didn't want to get behind, because how could you get behind that? How can you get behind that? But people love that type of shit, right? People love seeing Kofi Kingston carrying stuff like that. No, I was one of the people that did not like Kofi Kingston carrying stuff like that when he was WWE champion, because the thing what CM Punk said about Kofi Kingston, he's happy that he's WWE champion, but it should happen a long fucking time ago, way before this whole New Day shit. But besides that, but the point is, when people were being upset, Brock Lesnar beat Kofi Kingston to be WWE champion. Yeah, I knew this was coming. You shouldn't see this coming from my way. I just don't know what to say after that. Oh, I do. Let's move on. Because after Brock Lesnar beat Kofi Kingston, as he should have, all of a sudden Rey Mysterio Jr. comes out. And he didn't come alone. Because with him was Cain Velasquez, a former 2-time UFC heavyweight champion. And Brock Lesnar had the look on his face like he's seen a ghost. And Brock Lesnar was scared as shit. He was shaking his boots that Cain Velasquez came out there. And Cain Velasquez get in the ring. He goes, and basically Brock Lesnar tries to grapple him, but Cain Velasquez tackles him and boom, 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 boom. Brock Lesnar's covering. He gets him off, and then Brock Lesnar just runs away like a coward. And then Cain Velasquez dared him to get back into the ring. Point was like, yo, show him who you are, show him who you are. And then Brock Lesnar got this belt on his shoulder under that, and then all of a sudden Brock Lesnar teases to get in there, and then he backs off, and then he points at Rey Mysterio Jr. and said, "I'm gonna get you. You're a marked man." And Mysterio was hiding behind Cain Velasquez. I thought that was funny. So yeah, this is what's gonna lead to now. Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez for the WWE Championship. It better not happen at Saudi Arabia. It better not fucking happen at Crown Jewel. Because if that happens, I'm not watching it on the WWE Network. I'll watch it later on YouTube. You know, the clip of it, either highlights or the full match. I don't care. That match, if that happens on at Crown Jewel, you know, Saudi Arabia, I ain't watching that. I'll watch it later on YouTube. But besides that, that's what I'm looking forward to more. Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez, more than Braun Strowman and Tyson Fury. So yes, Cain Velasquez has made his WWE debut, and by the way, folks, he's not actually signed with WWE. But it'll be nice to see Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez for the WWE Championship, and that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch. But yeah, there you go, folks. That was the show. And by the way, I also got to point out some other things too. No Sting, no Undertaker, no Stone Cold Steve Austin, no John Cena, thank God. No Edge. Who else did they advertise to be there? Some of the people I remember off the bat, but the point is, WWE advertised a couple of guys to be part of SmackDown, which is to you know, the season premiere and also the 20-year anniversary, and none of them showed up. But whatever. But anyways, talking about wrestling for WWE SmackDown, the show from October 4th, 2019. I think it was 6, but maybe double check. Especially that squash match that brought us a good to qualification in 8 seconds. Yeah, 6 matches, including that match between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura, champion versus champion. Even though it was short, because you know this guy, the Fiend, showed up. Let me in. Just kidding. But anyways, yeah, 6 matches though. My overall strength for the show though, I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10. Damn good show. Better than Impact Wrestling. I'll get to more of that when I do that Impact Wrestling review. But now let's get to predictions, where it pertains to the other matches that's going to take place for Hell in a Cell, where it pertains to SmackDown. For example, I already talked about the whole thing with Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch from Raw for the Raw Women's Championship title inside Hell in a Cell, where Sasha Banks has to go over. She has to win. And then with the Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins for Seth Rollins' Universal Championship title inside of Hell in a Cell, where the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, has got to win. He must win, and losing is not an option. Losing is unacceptable. Put the belt on him, have him win. Period. But as far as SmackDown, proportion of it, you got Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Don't know what's going to happen with that one. Other than people are saying Daniel Bryan's going to turn on Roman Reigns in the match. I'm going to be one of those people that's going to say I don't think that's going to happen. I think Daniel Bryan is going to, just keep his word and, and be trusted and be intimate with Roman Reigns. And then I think, and I'm going to go with this too. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are gonna win clean in a way. We'll see how that turns out though, but I doubt it's gonna be clean. But yeah, I think they'll defeat Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. But if Daniel Bryan does turn heel, and this is all a master plan of him all along, that he was in cahoots all along, it was his whole master plan of his, then I'll come up here and say I was wrong. But for now, I'm saying to you all right now that Daniel Bryan is not going to turn Roman Reigns. I don't see that happening. But if it does, again, I'll be proven wrong, and I'll come up here and I'll admit that I was wrong. Now, as far as the next match that was added, Charlotte Flair versus the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley, and Charlotte Flair wins because WWE doesn't care about Bayley, not even with her turning heel. So yeah, I don't see Bayley going over. Charlotte Flair is going to win, and at this point, fine, give the belt to Charlotte Flair. I don't care anymore. And you can set up the match between Sasha Banks, Raw Women's Champion, versus Charlotte Flair, SmackDown Women's Champion, champion versus champion, who represents the Raw versus SmackDown at Survivor Series. There you go. So that being said, folks, thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Driller, saying peace on the streets. For this was your WWE SmackDown review. Doesn't matter if it's Friday Night SmackDown or just SmackDown. And that being said, until next time we're returning to the SmackDown review, I'm out. And I will always like the way. And all you have to do is let me in. Bye. See ya. See ya. See ya.